let me show you how I make my freshly milled flour yeast bread, okay? So I have already milled hard white wheat berries, and I put it on my fine setting, and I milled 2¼ cups of this hard white wheat berries, okay? We're gonna put that into the bowl. Then we are going to do 1 teaspoon of salt. I have sea salt, fine sea salt, does not matter, but I like to use sea salt. Then we are going to do, oh, you know what? Sorry. I divided my flour before, so here's the other half of it. I put it in 2 different bowls because it was gonna overflow in this one, so my flour is in there. Now we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of yeast, and I use active dry yeast. I like to put all my dry ingredients in, then we'll put the wet in. Okay, now we are going to do 75 grams of maple syrup or honey. I just like maple syrup better. So whatever you feel you want. This bottle is gonna run out. I knew it. Okay, I got a new bottle here. So we'll go 75. If you're a little over, it's okay. Then we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Forgot 1 dry ingredient. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of potato starch. And you can use cornstarch if you want. I just don't really love cornstarch, so I love potato starch. So 2 teaspoons of potato starch. And then we are going to do 30 grams of avocado oil or olive oil, whichever you prefer. Oh, we're a little over, it's fine. It's fine. And then we are gonna get some water. We're going to put in 375 grams of water. Then we are going to mix it up. I like to mix it by hand first because my mixer just doesn't like to get to the very bottom of it, but you're going to need a KitchenAid mixer with a dough hook attachment, okay? Mix it all up. I just like to incorporate everything together. And then we are going to attach this to our KitchenAid. Once everything, you see all the dry flour at the bottom, making sure that all the dry flour is incorporated in there. And then we are going to put it on the KitchenAid mixer. This is where you're going to really benefit from this mixer because she's gonna do all the work for you. So we're gonna turn her, I have speed 0 through 10. I'm gonna put her on about an 8 to 9. And that's gonna go for anywhere between 5 and 15 minutes until there is a complete dough ball in here all stuck together. So we'll get to that stage next, but turn it on, let it dough hook for 5 to 15 minutes about. Now that she's all mixed, about 5 to 15 minutes, look inside the bowl. All the edges are clean. Everything is mixed together. We're gonna take her out. Well, we're not gonna take her out. We're gonna take the dough hook off. Just kind of clean that dough hook off. And to take her up now, you can cover it with plastic wrap or you can just cover it with a towel. We're gonna cover her with a towel and let her double in size for 1 hour, okay? Okay, she's been rising for 1 hour, covered rising 1 hour. Let's take her off. Look and see how she has doubled in size and she's nice and puffy now. One of the tricks that I learned is to wet your hands and then scoop her out of the bowl because then she doesn't stick so much to your hands. You could either oil them or just use water. We're gonna take the whole thing out. I have my oven already preheated to 375 degrees. I like to preheat it for those last few minutes of this rising because I want to take this right from this into the dough pan, the loaf pan, and then bake it, okay? So I just like to spread her out a little bit, then kind of fold it up, trying to make those air pockets. Roll it. And I just know this from my sourdough techniques and pulling it towards me to make a nice tight, taut dough ball. And this is also making nice little air pockets in there to get you that nice crumb of the bread. And once you kind of start to feel her become tighter and more put together, we're going to take an 8x4 parchment paper lined loaf pan, because this works perfectly in an 8x4. And then we're going to pick her up, put her inside the loaf pan, squeeze any parts together we need to. There we go. And now we're going to bake her for 40 minutes, 375 degrees.